Feel me like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, welcome to Hardspace Shipbreaker. We are here in our wonderful ship docks, out here in the miasma of space. This is a pretty awesome game. It's newly released and it is freaking fantastic in terms of what you can do. You are a lowly human working in the shipbreaking yards orbiting Earth, which I believe is over there. Oh, right below us. So our first job is this one here, this craft below us. And I just need to refamiliarize myself with the controls. But we are tasked with stripping down ships. This one is just a small one, but it's surprisingly enough to still be a handful. You can rip stuff off, and you collect useful items down there below in the salvage barge.
Salvage
And
secured.
there we go.
Credits deposited.
You, of course... Oh, there we go. Grabbing the wrong bits. This one here. Down there. And our job is to depressurize this vessel before we start stripping it too much.
Salvage
But
secured.
first off,
Account credit
we will
applied.
take the engines off, which is a much easier task to begin with, because before we depressurize the interior, that's a whole different mess. So, let's do this. Need to get a little bit closer here. That's the first nacelle removed. That's the engine at the back there. We don't want to touch that just yet. Okay, so we go back to here. We're going to tether that down there, put a couple of tethers in place to pull it faster. And that will take that down to our salvage barge. Other parts go to either the processing bays or the furnace, depending on what they are. So, we're going to tether this one down here.
Like I said, tethers are your friends.
They are indeed.
Once you get
Right.
the hang of them, you can get pretty
Let's-
creative with how you use them.
Do this airlock business, shall we?
All right, now for the fun stuff. And when I say fun, I mean incredibly dangerous.
So these are all the components
Next,
we've got
we're gonna
inside.
learn about pressurization. According to Lynx, decompression events are the #1 cause of death, and as a result, cloning. Let's see if
So
we
let's
can
do
crack
this.
into this ship without making her
Oh,
pop.
wrong one.
See that airlock over there? Let's go check it out.
Airlock pressure
All right.
dropping.
Let's open up your scanner and see what we see.
Oh, okay, so we've got all our components inside here. So we want to interact and activate the
Using
airlock
airlocks
cycle.
is always a good idea,
Airlock pressure
but there may be times later when you encounter ships without functioning airlocks. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, Cutter. For now, let's get inside.
We have got power and access to the
All
cockpit
right,
now.
let's see if there's a way to depressurize this sucker so we can
Ah.
get to work on it. Look for an atmosphere regulator. If it's working, this device will let us depressurize the room safely. You don't want to trigger a violent decompression.
That could be fun. I don't know about you, but that could be fun. Let's open the ship. We've got, of
Air
course, our...
pressure level decreasing.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, snacks. Okay, so we depressurized the ship, I believe. This one is also
There
depressurized.
she is, the reactor. That's your meal ticket right there, Cutter.
Ooh.
Alright, this one's pretty easy. She should just slide out of her coolant casing with a good yank from your grapple. But before you do that, it's always a good idea to clear a path for her straight to the barge, because once you pull it, she starts melting down.
That's true.
And when it comes to reactors, you never know how many ticks you got till she goes boom. Alright, the way you complete your work order from here on out is entirely up to you. Let's show Lynx old Weaver still knows how to turn worms into shipbreakers,
Let's
alright?
hopefully we... Yeah, okay, we've
Good
cut through
luck,
these.
Cutter. Weaver out.
So we're going to open a hole in the exterior hull, which should allow us to remove the reactor quickly, like they asked us to. And we can knock out this panel. There we go, panel is free. So let's push this forwards with us. Oh god, I'm floating. Floating bad. Okay, so we're down here. And this piece, it says processor if you look at the hover there. So, of course, this is pretty heavy. We'll yeet this in there. Give it a couple of tethers. And pull that away. Nice and simple. There goes that component. So, we want to basically yank out this bad boy.
Credits deposited.
And yeet this down here. Into there. Well, it's technically being processed, I think. Come on, in you go. Get in there. Go on.
Nice work.
Yes, we've captured it. Okay, salvage nanocarbon is our next job. As the world goes interesting colours. That's new. This hasn't done this before. I'm not sure why that's happening, but there you go. There is severe weirdness taking place, and now it's returned to normal. This is early access, so there'll be little glitches occasionally in the game, but it is still a lot of fun, actually. But we are depressurized, so that is a good start, which means we can start stripping things out. So, there we go. So we can cut through these components here. Holding on this rear... Is this an airlock or a nacelle? I'm not sure. Vents, some sort of shenanigan factory. Okay, so that wants to go to a processor, so we'll push this over here with us. Deposit our salvage. I think it looks like an engine, but we had an engine earlier, so F2, boot that into the collection controller.
Object processed. Credits
Okay,
deposited.
so next job will be to start really getting inside here properly. And we already had pulled out some of those components underneath, so we'll do that now. It takes a little bit getting used to the floating, but if you're used to Kerbal Space Program's EVA systems, it's actually pretty easy. So we'll switch the head there with 2, which lets us precision cut through these cut points and remove them. We'll try and get all these floor panels out in one go. Try and be as clean as possible with this disassembly, because otherwise it gets quite messy when you're with tons of little parts. I played this a little bit yesterday, and it is a lot of fun. I can burn hours playing this game, and I will happily burn hours playing this game. It's certainly a blast if you like space games, and being a House Flipper fan, it is a ton of fun to play. So, right, let's yeet you in there. Go away. This should also be a job of pull in there. Come on, in you go.
Well, Cutter, looks like you can manage on your own for a
Yep,
bit,
that's
which
nice
is
and easy.
good, because I just got assigned another worm on a salvage station on the other side of Earth Village. Just a reminder that your training amount for
go.
O2, tethers, and fuel will be reset once you start your next shift.
Oh, there you go.
I'll be back to check in on you from time to time, but until then, remember this. Measure twice, cut once, and tethers
She has a point.
are your friends. Good luck out there, Cutter. Weaver out.
Yep, tethers are your friend. Those processing items and other bigger components are ones we can pull out and actually salvage separately to the barge below, which is what we'll be doing to some of these components once we get them out. Come on, please cut for me. Nice and simple. There we go. Not sure what music I'll put over this, but I think I've probably got something nice and appropriate for this job. This should allow those panels to float free. So let's pull that down there and yeet you away. And these deck lights are also something we can salvage, so we'll yeet those down there.
Account credit applied.
Come on, there we go. Space physics are hard. But apparently we have tools that can just yank stuff off and make it go away. Bonk that down there. Oh, hello. Oh, God, floating. Floating. You have got an ability to press left control and brake, which, well, I'll show you in a second when I get rid of that. So if I'm pushing up here, thrusting up, you can just go dip and stop. But that feels really unrealistic to me. And as someone who actually has a kind of vague understanding of Newtonian physics in 0G, I don't feel like I need it, because I'd rather just get better with my floating controls and be more dynamic with what I'm doing, because I can keep myself moving whilst I'm grabbing and removing, which feels way more efficient. Like I'm some sort of advanced, should we say expert space scrapyard worker. Being early access, there's a limited number of ships so far in the game, and of course all of them have this relatively geometric design, but I think it's kind of cool. The concept is definitely unique and a lot of fun. Can get a little repetitive in some small elements, but I don't find that a problem, because, as I said, this is a game where you can spend hours and hours and hours just playing and not even notice that time has passed. And I think that's one of the good marks of a great game, is that you could spend a long period of time in it and just, oh god, time has passed. What did I just do with the last hour and a half? Because yeah, it's fun. Did I pull that off? Let's go. Come on. Weird space tethery shenanigans. Go that way. Yeah, I think my goal here is to get as much of this split off that's the expensive bits and pieces. Oh, my work order is technically complete there. So I'm technically good here. Anything else is a bonus, so... Come on, let's pull you off. Do you not want to come off? Do I need to use extra force? Doesn't want to come off. Okay, we can go with that. That does, however, want to come off. As does this. See, once you get used to this, you get a little bit faster. And you can just lob stuff down, nice and easy. Now we've got some components that will be coming free here in a second.
Credits transferred.
See, that doesn't want to come off yet, but we can handle that later. So a lot of these panels have come loose. We're going to start moving those out now. So, yeet us, away us. Double tethers tend to work nice and quick to get rid of stuff. Let's go. What's holding you still attached? Ah, we've got some beams here to cut through. That's all we needed to get there. Forgot I didn't get that other side. Oh, hello. That was not having fun for a second. Come on, let's go, panels. Away we go.
Valuable object processed. Credits
Nicely away. Big components just completely removed. Nice and simple. Now we have some other cut points we can use to separate off these extra nacelle components here. So we're going to start cutting these. We need to keep this other head. The other head I'll show you in a second what it does, but we'll cut through these cut points first. Very conveniently located cut points, which should, I believe, separate off the front end of the ship here and make it nice and accessible for us. I believe that is the front bow section, cockpit section separated. Not positive, but we'll find out, I guess. Let's pull some stuff out of the cockpit because... no. There we go. Everyone wants a space seat. Do you want a space seat for your gaming rig? I think that'd be awesome. A spaceship pilot seat. We are pulling everything out. Everything must go. It's a fire sale.
Account credit
Come on.
applied.
Let's go. Out you come. No nasty bolts in space, just laser tools. I love how they're still using people to disassemble ships even though they've got laser tools. It just feels a little bit superfluous, but hey. Let's pull the consoles out, shall we? Come on. Out you come. Nice and easy. Boot. That is more money. More money. And okay, the principle of the game is you, of course, are working here and you have a debt amount that you need to pay off, which is huge. So you're working here till you clear your debt, essentially. So it's kind of like indentured servitude.
Salvage secured.
Great, but
Account
it is what it
credit
is.
applied.
Let's get once we focus out the expensive stuff, I think the general principle is the more of the expensive stuff you can get rid of first and salvage, the better
Salvage
you actually
secured.
do if you move to new ships, rather than stripping every single component of the ship and salvaging absolutely everyone in exactly the right way, because these side nacelles contain a lot of smaller components which you could theoretically process, but you could take up to 90 minutes to a ship, and we're going to try and do this a little bit faster today. A, because I at least know what I'm doing slightly more now, but B, because...
Credits transferred.
Yeah, so it's starting to come away now. Perfect, exactly as we were hoping. Let's pull you out. All the expensive components that can be reused. That's what those ones down there are for. Anything that goes into processing is going to be recycled to use the materials. Again, furnaces for destroying stuff we can't recycle. But the barges are things that will straight be reused. And that's why they're being caught in that little gravity trap. Now, what is this we've recovered?
Account credit applied.
It's a chip packet. And this one can go into our furnace, so... Yeet us away us. Space chip packet is dealt with. So the cockpit is coming away. Let's go up here and we'll cut away the aft section. Seeing as this is space, there is technically no up and down. So this whole business is going into the processor over here. So yeet. Pull that whole aft section away and process it, rather than me having to worry about cutting it up or anything. Now I know there's some useful bits and pieces in these sides which we'll grab now. Out you come. Where's the doodah? Oh, it's below me, above me now. I was being upside down, which is a thing. Okay, let's grab this one.
Credits transferred.
And boop, away it goes. Now, what is this? I can't remove that individually, but I can chop through this stuff with this, which is a hella powerful tool, which cuts great big swathes, which is probably not the best idea. So let's use our precision head. Pull this off, we'll fly out, we'll dump this. Then we can get rid of these nacelles. Where are we going? Oh, there. Okay. So, I believe this nacelle should be free at this point.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I think it is. So... let's go. Take that whole section there. And you too. Let's go. Bye-bye. Process me, baby. Let's go. Just go that way. Thanks. Cool. Thank you. So this access will have to come from the other side because it's still technically attached. But we need to move away the cockpit section first. So we're going to put the whole cockpit section into the processor because it is essentially big enough now to be removed. It made it a few more tethers. They are quite strong. Pretty sure there's nothing else useful in the cockpit we want, so we'll let that go in there as one piece because the whole thing can be processed. Yeah, there's some components there that want to be furnaced, but I really can't be bothered cutting them off. So we're just going to yeet you in there whole because reasons. Come on, let's put the whole ship in there. Big enough to fit in. That's our cockpit section. Why cut it little bits off and process it when I can just do that? Bye-bye. Have a good time. Have a nice trip. Wunderbar.
Processing valuable objects.
See? It's processing it. Excellent. That was way less effort than last time. Oh, goddammit.
Please revisit your training.
Don't care. I'm generally making net profit from this, so... let's get these parts shoved in here without massively destroying them with the other cutter. Although I'll show you what the other cutter can do in a second because it's really fun. Oh. Let's pull off this little heater. I don't know what it is, but it's something valuable, so we want it. But our job is essentially completed on this mission, so we'll pull these bits off.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Not being as efficient as I could be, but efficiency takes a lot of time, and ain't nobody got time for that. So we'll show you what the cutter does on that one in a second. That's the airlock side. Oh, God. I'm using the crazy cutter head. Screw it. We'll use the crazy cutter head. It just nukes everything in its path. Absolutely everything. So we want to pull you off. And we'll put our bay down here. Boop. Like I said, once you get used to the movement,
Salvage
it becomes a
secured.
lot faster.
Account credit applied.
And you become a lot more efficient with your space flight, which makes your gameplay a lot more quick.
Salvage secured.
Oh
Credits
god, we're
deposited.
rotating. Pull this off. We'll dump that one, and then we will tow away these bits. Okay, this is on this side. We'll put it in this one. In you go. Yeetus away us. In you go. Da 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 da. Bye bye. Attach this to this. Come on. Off you go. Everything's ended up attaching itself to other things, which is a big mistake. Tethers could also get you in trouble. Because now they're all attached to this one, which... Can I cut the tether? I can't cut the tether. That's a big
Valuable
whoopsie.
object processed. Credits deposited.
But this one isn't attached, so I can just get rid of that part. Yep, in you go. Bye. That way. Go in there. You're also free now, so you can go in there. Come on, get in. Go into Space Dustbin. Space Dustbin. So we're left with a floating husk, essentially, which has got this on the side. I'll show you what the cutter does, because it is mental. I don't like this panel.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Yeah, I didn't like that panel. I wanted it to go this way. So we're going to chop this off. We're going to lob it in when it starts waggling around like a crazy person. Stop it. Bye. Yeah. So you can chop holes and stuff. It's kind of sick. I love it. So most of this is furnace junk, really. I'd like to try and salvage this airlock component, which is the last thing we'll really try and cut here. So this is where the actual cutting happens. So we'll position ourselves for the cut there. This is one of the times where this is important to actually use the steadying. Otherwise you tend to kind of fall off stuff. Let's get on the other side and we can call ourselves good here. Honestly, I could play this game for hours on end. I spent a good hour and a half the other day stripping vessels completely, tearing them to pieces, and I love it. Space games are a lot of fun. I find them really exciting. But this one has really proven itself to be quite a novel take on the process. Excellent. That's that component taken across. We use this steady to let us cut through the beam there. Okay, you can be Yeetus to Furnaces. So I'm trying to just take off this airlock. That just went through to everything. Not the cleanest cut, but you know what? It's a cut. And of course, one thing I love about this is that it reacts to your inputs. So, being that you are essentially using something incredibly powerful, it counter thrusts you, which forces you away from other things, which would be realistic. So in you go. Let's go. Airlock is separated. As far as I can tell, separated. It's not separated. Emergency cutting required. What's still attached? Nothing there is still attached. That's still attached. That shouldn't still be attached. Yep, that should pull just that section out. Oh god, I'm getting pulled into the recycler. This would be bad. Screw it, the whole ship can go in. Bye! Yeah, most of you's useless. Come on, go that way. Just pull the airlock out for me. That's all we need you to do. I just want that little bit to go in there. In you go. Going the wrong way.
Material processed. Credits deposited.
Well,
Object not accepted.
oh well.
Please
Most of
revisit
the
your
useful bits are gone in there. Oh, either way, we have no ship anymore. We'll go back to the hab and we'll see exactly what a mess we made of recycling this ship. So it's up here. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. It's license-free YouTube music. Da, da, da. It actually is. No, Blue Danube is license-free on YouTube, so I can hum that and not get sued. It's great. Really. Okay, back to our hab here. And F. End shift. Yes. How did we do? Our debt is slightly smaller, but we made $2 million apparently off our $1 billion debt. Yeah, gonna be working here a long time. But we got some upgrades, so it was fun. Anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this look at our first kind of level, really, of Hardspace Ship Cutter or Shipbreaker. I love this. It's got so much potential. It's really exciting. And I cannot wait to see what the developers do with it. So thanks for watching. Bye.